we're switching to a new topic. It's gonna be just around like pretty much an appreciation to NES covers. Are they good? They're bad? They're great? Just talk about a couple that are on like my laptop right now.
Oh, they're all good.
And I don't think they're all good. I'll show a couple that aren't. But anyway, the first one that's up is going to be 8 Eyes for the viewers at home or the audio listeners at home. What do you guys think about 8 Eyes?
Yeah, if you're an audio listener, go ahead and pull yourself up an image of the 8 Eyes cover by Taxan. First of all, I will say before we get into that box art, the game is a underappreciated game, very similar.
It is
to Castlevania.
It is.
I don't think I ever played it.
From the way you walk to the way
good.
it looks, it's very Castlevania.
And it's affordable to play. So I mean, that's what
it's cheap, right?
It is a very affordable game.
I think the cover on it is absolutely beautiful.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
it's
amazing.
Sick. It's so sick. Look, there's a guy like dying hunched over on a pillar. There's a skull in the background trying to get him from the back.
Look at the castle in the back, almost like Castlevania.
Dude,
so
it's
sick.
a mixture of everything. Like it's got the skulls from Zelda. Then the guy dude kind of reminds me of like a Castlevania mixed with He-Man. But the cool thing that I like is that falcon right there. I'm like, oh yeah.
Why the gems and the 8 Eyes?
Part
Did
of
you
the
collect?
game.
Yeah,
Part of the game.
Were you trying to get those gems?
Your final boss is Thanos.
Sick. They do look like the gems from
what are they called in
the Infinity Stones?
Infinity Stones.
They look exactly like the Infinity
last good Marvel
Stones.
movie.
I just like how much detail went into some of these covers, even though the games didn't reflect that in the pixelated part of it.
Yeah, there are definitely. I would say Atari is the most guilty of box art not matching actual gameplay.
All right,
Yeah,
we're gonna
that.
switch on to.
Oh, he's got a whole list. But open up any of them, bro.
Let's go.
Now let him go on his own. We can't jump in. Let him jump in.
All right, this one. What do you guys think? This, like I said, it's not gonna be all great. What do you think they could have done better here? Alien 3 is what I'm talking about, guys.
They could have put action on there, not just an alien. Like
It's just an alien, a xenomorph, but it's not even a full xenomorph. I don't even know why it looks like that.
they should have put what's her face?
Ridley.
They should have put Ridley like fighting that alien. Then that would have been a really sick.
They could.
cover.
They had so much they could have done with this.
So they aren't all great.
I like it.
I like it. I love the colors.
Romeo.
Oh, do
The
you? I
black
don't like
and
it.
green. Come on, that's a good contrast of colors right there.
I think it has a sci-fi mystery feeling. Maybe the black could have a little more texture within the background.
Yes.
But the only thing throwing it off to me is the LJN logo is like super bright and happy. That's what it is. But I'm with Romeo on that one. I don't hate the Alien 3.
I love it. I love it. I love the green. I love the black. You know, it looks mysterious. I like games that have like a mysterious cover to it, you know? Because you don't know what you're going to get yourself into.
Contra Force.
Oh,
that's a
come on,
sick
guys.
I love it.
Analyze it, Ricky. Tell the people. What are you thinking?
that looks like the LA riots to me, dude. And I'm like, oh shoot, let's go. Is that
That's everyday life. Yeah, it's my city. Oh my god.
I think in front of Retro Games Plus.
Is this Romeo's next collab?
Well, oh, yeah. I mean, it's interesting because Contra Force is, a departure from Contra 1 Super C. Technically it is part 3, but it really was a different game that they just reskinned as a Contra Force. So you see more characters in there. You see 4 main characters, which is there are 4 characters within Contra. I do like that the helicopter is synonymous within the Contra games, right? So that still feels like the Contra that you feel within a Contra game.
Right, true.
The guys in the front, the knives.
Come on. That tells you it's going to go down.
It's Nicolas Cage and Wesley Snipes, bro.
For sure. Look like that.
I just think there's so much detail that they put into some of these covers that, man, they didn't get enough like appreciation.
Chris,
Yeah, that was pretty sick.
I love it. I mean, I like any of these that are hand drawn like this are amazing. And there's a big market for like the original artwork for these.
Huge.
If you can find them, a lot of them go for like 10 grand plus. Like I don't know if a lot of them don't exist. Like I don't know if the original artwork for this exists.
I think his name's Mark Erickson, who did a lot of like Mega Man stuff.
Yep.
He was going to a lot of conventions for a while.
Was he
like
really?
drawing for people, like, hey, draw me the Mega Man cover, and he'd draw it, and I don't know what he would charge her, but I thought that was cool just to be like, I feel like that's an underappreciated thing. Like Curtis said, like going and having these people, the original artists of games you love. Like I would kill to have the guy who drew Chippendale's Rescue Rangers to draw me that. That would be, with my face in there or something.
When
and
did
your goatee.
on the new cover arts for games, like did they hand drawn any of them? I don't even know if any of them are hand drawn.
But
They just ask AI, hey, draw this. And it's like, bloop, let's throw it on there.
It's probably all computer generated.
Just computer generated, but maybe there's an artist behind them
That's what I'm
still.
saying,
Maybe
There's got to be, but
Cuphead, that's still hand drawn.
and
Was
there's
that
so-
hand drawn?
I believe so.
Cuphead was a massive feat with an art
That's why it took
itself.
so
The
long.
art is incredible.
But if you look at a lot of newer games that were like, I'd say maybe like 8 years ago or so, like when we were in the age of like first person shooters and, you know, like the Destinies and all that stuff, most cover arts were like a singular person on the cover, just like overlooking like a mountain or something. There was like a shocking, I think I even posted about it way back in the day on my other channel. Like I was at a Target or something and I was like, oh my gosh. And I took a picture of the wall and it was like 7 of the covers looked exactly the same. But there was like no like love or influence, I guess, within it. But the one we're looking at now is World Champ for the NES. What do you see here, Christo? What's in your brain with this?
Well, first I just see the dude punching his face. I don't know who the artist is on this, but his face is all scrunched up. And it's still good. I like it. I like the colors of it. I just don't know. It looks like the artist might have needed some more work.
I know what they were going for.
What?
They were going for straight up Rocky. See, but this time Apollo's going to beat Rocky.
Oh, maybe. He does kind of look like Rocky, the guy getting punched.
He does.
Yes, he does.
He's got the long.
And the other guy kind of looks like Mike Tyson-ish a little bit.
His forehead's
me.
a little bit
Yeah, his forehead's huge.
weird shape.
Yeah, it's just an odd
I
look.
feel like the angle of the punch coming in, him looking up, is kind of a weird perspective shift that almost makes it look a little off, but not. But I do like the colors.
I like the colors. It's still good.
I love the logo, the colors of the world champ, because it reminds me of that one popsicle that you would get as a kid.
That motion, yeah. That
You know,
Push
no,
pop?
no, it's like the rainbow pop, not the rainbow pop. It's
I
like
think it was fire something.
It's a big stick.
Fire-
The big
I know what
stick.
you're talking about.
That color reminds me of the
does
big
look like a
stick,
big
and
stick.
that's
Admit that I
very
knew it.
nostalgic for me.
I didn't want to say it.
Did you know I choked on a big stick? Curtis?
I don't want to hear that.
No, whoa.
I almost died. It was the closest I've ever gotten to death.
No
How
way.
big was it? 7, 8, 9?
The entire big stick,
shoved it.
sucking on it.
Ben is dying
No,
over
listen.
there.
The entire big stick came off. Ben, don't be upset because I'm talking about your dreams. I was sucking on it, and the whole big stick came off, and it at once it went the whole big stick, and it lodged itself right in my throat like that.
Oh my god.
And I couldn't get it down for anything in my
Those
parents.
things
Oh
with
my
the
God.
big stick have the gooey surprise in the middle too?
No,
I got a question. How hard were you sucking it?
Very, very. I had the power of Curtis's mom with me. I was going full suckage.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
No.
Dude, I was panicking and I started like a bird, like, and it wouldn't go down. And I'm literally turning blue, like freaking out. And I just turn on hot water in a cup and I just start lightly dripping it down my throat until slowly, but the whole stick all the way down.
All the way down.
Not one.
Took it all.
One, dude. Like I said,
Curtis will
Curtis's
tell
mom.
you. It gets easier if the more that happens.
I don't know about you guys, but I would have paid to see that.
Curtis will tell you the first time is the worst. It's the hardest.
Oh my god.
So on to Arquista's ring.
Okay, so what's going on with this next one?
So audio listeners, pull up Arquista's ring on the NES by Sammy. And it's very cool, but also a little bit vague. What's the word? Not even vague, just like, I don't know, like, where's the rest of the guy's body?
That's true.
Like, what are his hands, like, are they
He's a
grabbing her?
popsicle, bro. Half popsicle, half machine.
The colors are very big stick again.
I always liked this one. I don't know. I would, whenever I saw this game, I'm like, dang, what is that? With the elf.
It's a good game.
Yeah, is it a good game? I think I played it a little bit. I don't really remember
she
it. but-
kind of reminds me of Zelda a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that.
It's like
got
Megatron versus Zelda.
yeah.
And she's got that Link look.
Yeah, definitely.
I do like the main enemy's look. I feel like his hand is, the thumb is kind of off perspective as well, but it is a very cool looking enemy. But it is a fun game. It's a little.
I love that you can tell it's like hand drawn. Like you can actually see like
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
The
This
brush
one more
stroke.
than a
Yeah,
lot
I'm
of
like,
them.
whoa.
Like, yeah, it kind of reminds me of like Mega Man 1, where you're like, oh, that thing is hand drawn.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to show a little bit of appreciation to some of that art right there. All right, let's go on to Bad Street Brawler.
Man,
Oh, whoa.
he's doing a big stick reenactment. I don't know how I feel about Bad Street Brawler. Part of me likes it, part of me hates it, and I don't know what it is.
I don't like that he already kind of looks zombified. Like it takes away the color.
But
out
it,
of it, you
but
know?
it's Duke Nukem, dude.
He does. Yeah, he does look like Duke Nukem. He looks like a little bit of like Drago as well. But I think the
Riff and
colors,
Ricky in the background on the
feel like
right.
I know.
Toki on the left.
I'm looking at those two guys high-fiving each other. Are they high-fiving because the guy got knocked out, or like?
Yeah, they're like, oh, and is that Harambe on the left?
What
Oh,
the
I
heck?
didn't realize it says Thug Thrashing Defender of Freedom. That's kind of sick.
Oh,
That's
dang.
cool.
I will say I like the colors, but for some reason they're not popping as much as I wish they would in that color scheme.
Yeah, like if his shirt was a little bit brighter in the front, but I kind of like the whole positioning of it all. It's a pretty cool theme to it.
Like flying through.
Yeah, and the
box
Bad
art.
Street Brawler font is pretty darn awesome. Whatever
Yeah,
that is,
it is pretty good.
darn cool.
I like the font, but I'm not a big fan of this cover, man. I will say I'm not a big fan of this one. It's just kind of like a lot going on at the same time.
There's a lot going on.
Did
Yeah.
anybody ever play this with the Power Glove?
Not with the Power Glove.
No.
Could you actually punch? Did it do anything?
It's been so long since I've put this. It probably is one of those games I slapped in and was like,
Yeah.
if I
This
play
wasn't
this.
good, right? I remember playing it and I did not like it.
I don't think so.
Bucky O'Hare.
Oh,
baby.
come on. I'm going to high five
That's
this
a
one. I'm
great
going to clap for this
About
one.
as good as
I
it
love
gets.
this one.
Yeah.
Come on.
So good.
Well, explain why.
So good. Yeah.
It's got a lot of stuff. It's got a lot going for it. A lot of colors, a lot of characters.
colors.
It just it almost like gets you excited. It's got action on it. He's shooting the gun. I love like when I was a kid, that's what I was looking for. I was like, oh heck yeah, this is what I want. Plus, I love the show.
I feel like it looks very comic book too.
Yes.
It does. That's so cool. I feel like he's gonna pop out at that cover. Like, come on, guys, let's go. Like, it's so sick.
I like that too because I feel like a lot of branding nowadays is so simplified.
It is.
Like a lot of companies are taking their original logos, even like Pepsi and Coke and any app, they'll just make it the most simplified white background logo. That's it. But I feel like this was a different time where they're like, how much action can we put into this? And again, interesting because the last game had a lot of stuff going on too, but it didn't feel like this.
Yeah.
This feels like the colors are there, the greens, the yellows, the reds, the characters that you know, even the characters you don't know right behind them. But yeah, it's
like
just
you would have had to like lick a toad to make
It gets,
look a toe.
toad.
Oh,
Hallucinogen,
If I had
basically.
ever seen this on a shelf as a kid, I would definitely want to play
Yeah,
that game. I don't
for
remember ever
sure.
seeing it. I think it was a later release, I believe.
especially during the area of anthropomorphic animals being popular, like
Yeah.
street sharks and Cowboys of Moo Mesa and turtles, and you know.
And did you watch the cartoon at all, Rick? You watched
Yeah,
it? You did?
I did.
You did?
I never watched it. I
I
missed
did
it.
not go that far. I was excited, and then that excitement went away.
Yeah, I feel like it was like on
Stop.
TV and then off TV, like
Yeah.
so fast.
I like the arcade game a lot as well. It's
Oh, I
actually
never played the
it's a-
arcade.
oh,
I
it's
didn't know there
really
was an
good.
arcade. Really?
very in the lines of like a Simpsons or a TMNT.
Oh, no kidding.
cool.
That's
I
got to
never
be a
knew.
really rare arcade game.
Never
I've never
knew.
even seen that.
Whoa.
Mechanized Attack. All right, again,
is
audio listeners,
crazy.
Mechanized Attack. Pull it up.
There's like a dog in the bottom left and a guy. Oh, it's the guy who's holding a gun in the front.
So it's first person. They're coming at you.
I'll just say I always never liked this one. I couldn't figure out what the heck was going on in it. It's almost like too much happening, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's almost weird to look. I do like the guy in the right, like the Tom Selleck looking classic guy. Definitely was in a porno at some point coming at you.
For sure.
But the dogs look a little off. Yeah, it's kind of confusing because the guy on the right as well is like in a scuba gear, but he's like running through shallow water and kind of on like a grassy thing. So I feel like I do like the art. I just don't feel like it came together.
True. Facts.
Correct.
And I agree with that one.
Yeah.
I will give it that this is a good cover art.
Like G.I.
I-
Joe.
Yeah. I will say with Chris, it's a lot going on, but just for the fact that it's just so much detail into a cover art makes it good.
I like that.
The artist is really good.
Yes.
Whoever drew it, I do like it.
Yes. Without
I
a
like
doubt.
everything except for the letters.
The
I
letters.
think that's the one thing I didn't like. I was like,
yeah,
"Damn,
and like the
letters."
metal coming out of it. I never
this
understood
looks
that.
so
Like, what is
ugly.
The
that?
metal coming around, it really ruins it, to be honest.
Dang. All right.
You know, when I first saw that one, I thought it was the actual wolf holding the gun. I was like, yo, shit.
I never realized that it's a guy holding the gun. we have him zoomed up. in,
Oh,
so-
this is cool.
Okay, so Blues Brothers, for those listening. I absolutely love it. It has that overly cartoon look, and to the fact where like purposely like symmetry doesn't make sense. Like the buildings are bending around it, and everyone has like that overly cartoon bend to their body. Like the crow on the top has a little bit more like flow to it than it should. I absolutely love this cover.
I do like
art.
it. It gives it that fisheye effect.
I do. Yes. I like it too because it brings like a nostalgia factor of like Blues Brothers at Universal Studios. You know, when they were on the stage and joking around, those two dorky guys. Damn, that was so cool. This is a phenomenal art cover, and there's people outside the windows too, like pointing down at them. Yeah, that's a phenomenal.
I just feel like
art
they
cover.
didn't miss on this one. Like they felt it right where it wasn't too much.
Yes.
I'm trying. What Blues Brothers was a movie, of course. Was there a CD and like a vinyl record?
I'm pretty sure they put out like a whole thing to go. I don't know what came first, but I know there's like music, tons of music involved with this.
Like I feel like did they take the cover from what like the movie and almost like cartoon it? I think it's very similar.
Oh,
I believe, but I'm
didn't
not 100% on that.
Ricky, what do you think of that one?
I love it. Listen, as a kid, I'm looking at this as when I was a kid. You're right. It's cartoony. It just looks like something fun to play. I'm like, oh, this looks really cool.
And I will say it actually is pretty like perspective to what the gameplay is. It has that kind of that same vibe.
Was it a good game?
It was a pretty decent game.
I never played the game, so
Decent game.
All right, we're gonna go with Tony. The Last Ninja.
So first of all, The Last Ninja. Second of all, I don't know where they got this award from, but apparently it's Game of the Year. According
Just
to
made that up.
is that my uncle?
so here's the real question. That's either an Asian man or like a World War II white veteran. I can't tell.
He doesn't look Asian at all.
Could have
He
been
does
Clint
not
Eastwood
look
and Gran
Asian.
Turismo.
Oh, Gran Torino.
Torino. Turismo. Always mess up.
I will say I actually think it wouldn't be that bad if that Game of the Year was gone. I feel like that's completely throwing off because they very much went for like centered. I like the font of Last Ninja, but
Awesome.
the Game of the Year is throwing me off. I wish that was gone.
I actually really like it. I don't think there's many other like white NES game boxes.
Yeah,
There's a
some
few.
baseball. Yeah.
Rockin' Cats.
Rockin'
Space
Cat,
Soda 3.
Space
That's
Soda
right.
3.
How do you say that? Jellico? They went with
Jellico.
a lot. Whatever. That company went with a lot of white box style.
Whenever I see this game come in, it always catches my eye. I'm like, dang, that looks awesome. Just something about it with the orange and the white. And
I would say this almost sticks with like the look of what I was saying of modern, like very white, simple. You see it like it's very obvious. There's a ninja.
yeah,
It draws you to it. It's pretty smart.
I think he only had like one finger. Did you see that?
Oh.
I don't think he had individual
pulled it.
fingers on
I
it.
pulled it. Good luck.
Just in time.
Beetle Juice.
Romeo, what you thinking?
Don't say it three
This
times,
one,
Curtis.
classic. I'll be honest. I
Beetlejuice?
wasn't a big
Beetlejuice.
fan of the movie. The movie Tim Burton. It's kind of weird. Rewatching it now, weird. But that cover art, come on, a headless man. The guy's holding the head in his palm. He's like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" The girl's right
Ooh,
there.
That's a good Beetle.
Thank you. This is a really good cover art. This is really, and I like how the sun has faded, and you see a little bit of the purple in there going to the black sky on top with the moon on the side. Beautiful.
Yeah, I think it's pretty. I think it very much sticks to Beetle Juice. Like it's, sometimes you get things that just completely throw off from the brand and you're like, what were they thinking? That has nothing to do with the brand. It's not on brand. This feels very, very, very on brand. Almost reminds me of Maniac Mansion a little bit too.
Ooh,
yeah,
Maniac
yeah,
Mansion
Maniac
is
Mansion.
such a good cover and game. I like this one. I love the movie. Second one, I just saw it. Anybody see second
No,
Beetlejuice?
nope.
I haven't seen it yet.
Can I just put?
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
You don't like it?
Damn.
I heard a lot of people don't
I-
like it. I heard a lot of
Did you
people
see
don't
it,
like it.
Ben? Anybody? Oh yeah, no, I didn't like it. I love the first one though. Was this game good? I don't never played this game. Either.
It's a game you need to give it a longer go than when you first play it. I feel like you'll think it's not that good. If you give it like a level or two, it starts to become pretty enjoyable.
All right. Kickmaster.
Oh, baby. Yeah, that's a
Damn.
good one.
That's fire.
So
That's
sick.
literally
My
demons,
God. This is like
ninjas, and women.
Yeah.
All good.
I didn't want to go straight with all the Dungeons and Dragons covers because all those cover arts look so sick.
They do.
Like even the Pool of Radiance one, I'm like, oh, I could have put that on there, but like this is sick.
Yo, this one's like it's almost like a ripoff of like Tetris meets Gargoyle's Quest and then Strider.
Whoa, Ricky, that was a
Whoa.
good call.
Dang.
I'm like, shoot.
That is very accurate what you just said. Kickmaster, in case we didn't say that, I think we did.
But it's a good game.
That is a beautiful, beautiful cover art. I think it's just such an embodiment of like the epic 80s. This could almost be like one of the most those like romance novels from the 80s.
Yes.
It just
Oh
has
yeah,
such
good
a
call.
cool
Yes.
look to it, man.
You hit it right in the head. When I
Bad to
said
the bone,
80s,
almost like a little sexy too. It's just rad.
I
Yeah.
think of all the ones we've looked at so far, this is my favorite. This one
Yeah.
is so good.
Dang.
That's-
All right.
What'd you say, Ricky? Strider? What and what?
Strider,
Tetris,
Tetris,
and Gargoyles.
and Gargoyles.
Ooh.
All right, next one is Battle Chess.
Interesting.
I will say it for being a chess game.
It looks sick
I will
though.
say it's probably the coolest chess game artwork you're ever gonna get.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like that would be the case, right, for a chess game.
I think I've actually never even looked at the art that close because I would always see battle chess and I'd just be like, this is garbage, garbage, garbage. Like I had no interest in it. But you're right, the art is actually pretty good.
It's actually really cool if you look at it. Like the knights in the back are standing in a knight's position. Like everyone is standing in their proper tile too. If you look on the floor,
Yep.
True.
I think that whoever did this deserves a definite like award because imagine being an artist back there and they're like, you got a new gig and they're like, sweet, it's by Data East. Oh, dude, what am I doing? RoboCop? They're like, no, you're doing a chess game.
That's awesome.
So obviously that's the queen, and she is just straight blasting the knight,
It's awesome.
which is pretty darn awesome.
That is cool.
What's
Yeah.
the thing in the top left? Like, what is that? A face?
It's a big
What is-
Gorlak or
I
something.
don't know.
Is that supposed to be the king? Like, what is
No,
that?
the king's on the side. You can tell the king's on the
Oh,
side.
so the king's in
chilling,
the back.
That's probably
watching this guy get murked. So he's just
It's
kicking
got
in
to
the
be
back.
a rook. Yeah, Ben.
A
You're
what?
right.
A rook? Oh, it's like a castle.
And I used to play this game all the time. And there is fight scenes. Is it
Really?
Oh, yeah, I played it a lot.
Wow.
I am horrible at chess. My brothers and I would play just for the fight scenes.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I know. Before we say what this is, don't let your bias speak for you. This is the Legend of Zelda cover.
This is a poop cover.
I'll go on it. I mean, obviously the game is the best game ever created, but the cover is, well, I'll say two things. The cover and the artwork is not great at all. It's just, they could have done so much with it, but it is gold, which is pretty awesome. The gold is great. The cover could have been amazing and is not.
Garbage.
I feel like it's so hard to like. This is one of those true tests of don't let your nostalgia outweigh because I want to
Yes.
be like, no, it's the best. Look at it. It's so iconic. It's the most like iconic cover, and it is. But if you were actually analyzing it, it's like literally a few different fonts and my shield tattoo, basically.
Yep.
Like you're just going pretty darn. Put it this way: imagine if right now we swapped that font, Legend of Zelda, and threw the Legend of Zelda on that battle chess cover. You'd be like, that's
Oh,
the
it's
coolest
sick.
cover
Oh,
ever.
yeah.
Or the dang Famicom. That
Yeah.
cover is so sick.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Ricky, what are you
actually-
saying?
No, I was gonna say the same thing as you. I was like, dude, just switch this cover with the battle chest, and you'd think it's like the same thing.
You think it's epic?
I'm like, oh, battle chest, there it is.
I don't understand how like they went from the Famicom that being such a cool cover, and then they were like, our US version, let's just poop some color on it.
Literally the most like brown, straight, and not even a gradient. It's a flat color.
What do you think, Romeo?
I think the cover does not justify how amazing the game is. I feel it's bland. It doesn't reflect any character at all. And the game has so much character and story and adventure. That's a horrible cover.
Just for why also is there two hearts, and what is the dragon? If that is a dragon,
Griffin.
it's a griffin, but there was no griffin in that game.
Or it's a griffin.
Yeah,
lion?
really?
What
That makes
is
no
that?
sense.
The key makes sense.
Yeah,
One
the
heart
hearts.
makes sense. Why would you do two hearts when you could have done something
I
else?
don't think I ever realized it was too hard.
You could have put
Yeah.
a sword
Or a
Why didn't you
rupee.
put a sword or a rupee?
my
Yeah,
my
two
tattoo
hearts.
is nice and faded, but look.
You have it?
Oh.
It's a dragon.
It's a dragon.
Dragon, do you look? You like griffins?
Griffin.
Someone to be Griffin, your mom?
mom?
Yeah, we got time for two more. Let's
All right.
do Spider-Man Return.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
That's
the Senate-
awesome.
Come on.
That's sick.
That's really
so
sick.
good.
It's got all the well, not all the characters, but it's got a good amount of characters in there.
Has good bad
Love
guys
it.
in his eyes. Yeah, you got like Vulture, you got Doc Ock, you
It's
got
a comic.
Electro.
yeah, Green
Beautiful.
Goblin, Electro. You got the guy with the head. I forgot his name.
Hobgoblin.
No, with the bow.
Mysterio.
Mysterio, right? So good, so good. And you got like old school Spider-Man, like pre Tobey Maguire, pre Tom Holland, all them like original OG comic book Spider-Man, and that mask with those lines they pop out, and he's about get at it with all those 6 bad guys. Oh my god.
I think the only thing that's ruining it is that LJN.
No, what's ruining it is not even the LJN. My brain, as like a person who does like a lot of graphic design for people, just that placement. I get it; they have to probably put it there.
Yeah, but it's like
yeah, yeah.
right
It's
in
like
minimize it.
Yeah, it's like
put it
right in
somewhere
the
else.
block of the view. But yeah, no, that's sick. I can't argue that.
Yeah,
I'm not
no,
even a
it's
Marvel guy, but that looks amazing.
That is amazing.
I love that. Like they actually fit all that into one eyes. Like those 2 eyes. I mean, like
Yeah.
all the
Right?
characters.
Right?
That comic book is one of my favorite comics too.
All right, let's do it. Let's end on a banger.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
as it
Come
gets.
on, man.
Yeah.
Turtles 3,
You
the
know.
Manhattan Project.
Turtles 3.
The absolute detail of this cover is crazy.
This artwork looks like the true. I forget I only know the last name, Lard or Laird, Laird.
Eastman and Laird.
Laird. Right, but that's like they might have even drawn that because it looks so true to the original comic books that came out.
And if you look, only Leo has the different color bandana on this one.
Oh.
They all have red, and then one blue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
kinda-
a good
Donnie
observation.
looks a little purple, barely though.
It's just crazy to me that how pretty that is. I feel like that TMNT 3, the Manhattan Project logo together just in itself is such an iconic and
It is.
so beautiful logo with the city floating, which is obviously in the first scene of the game, but
What is that villain's name? The Triceratops. What was he called?
I can't even remember.
Ricto?
I think it's Sarah.
Sarah?
Seriously?
Like
No,
C.
just kidding.
Michael
It's
Cera?
like C
I
E
think-
R A.
No, it's not
No.
Bebop Rocksteady. Ben.
I honestly think that like with all the green, I feel like even all the different shades that they used on this, it just doesn't feel like it's overpowering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All the colors just seem to mesh just like perfectly on this thing.
They're so on steroids, dude.
Why would they not have done the
For
individual
sure.
colors on the bandanas, though?
Well,
How
they
did
did it
that
on
happen?
part 1 as well because of the comics.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Dang. Didn't even think about
I didn't even know that.